Let's do it. Yeah, okay, I came and did it solo. Let my music do the talking in the promo. You know I got more music on my phone and I got photos, and I better get a chunk full of change. I'm done doing it pro bono, and I promise I ain't really with the gimmicks. I'm in it. I've been traveling so much, they think I'm moving my pivot. Used to open up the shows, now they letting me finish. And goddamn it, that's a hell of a feeling. Thank you later, nice to know ya. Yeah, I got more liquor in my cup than I got soda. My homies into it, I'm feeling it. Just let me get a minute, and I hope what I'm saying ain't too repetitive. Man, you the one I'm checking on like 1, 2. Okay, I'm chilling by the fire, ain't Fonda. Okay, no Justin, this is Justin. I'm about to throw a party right now, just us two running. Okay, if I threw a party for 2, yeah, let me tell you what I do. I send an invite with your name on it, straight out of the heart. So go and tell your friends that you can't come. Yup, you got plans with a real one. Yup, hey, okay, now if I threw a party for 2, straight up, yeah, you would be my +1. I know your mom hate me, dad too, but they ain't gotta know about it when you come through. I ain't trying to see your friends, yeah, I'm trying to see you. Tell somebody grab the gin, cause you know I got the juice. Man, I got them all like, okay, y'all need to go away. Man, I've been all over the net just like a goalie. I smile on my worst days, man, fuck it, I've been down, but I'm goody. Man, I'm the type to hit the club in a hoodie. Man, who the fuck you think it is, though? Yeah, I got more music on my phone and I got friends, though. And I'ma tell you how I feel, I don't pretend, though. It's all about we, and I ain't talking Nintendo. Now slow it down, let it breathe. Yeah, it's not the secrets that you know, it's about the promises you keep. And I'm about to throw a private party, and the only ones coming to it are you and me. Okay, if I threw a party for 2, yeah, let me tell you what I do. I send an invite with your name on it, straight out of the heart. I ain't running game on it. So go and tell your friends that you can't come. Yup, you got plans with a real one. Yup, hey, okay, now if I threw a party for 2, straight up, yeah, you would be my +1.
It was the winter of 1959, and a friend of mine and I were driving down the street in my 1956 Buick convertible, and we saw a couple of girls come out of the drugstore, so we went around the block. We talked to them, and the one that was so stunning, she's the one who is now your grandmother, so just follow your heart.
Okay, if I threw a party for 2, yeah, let me tell you what I do. I send an invite with your name on it, straight out of the heart. I ain't running game on it. So go and tell your friends.
What up, everybody? Baseball sucks. And not just because the Orioles just lost 5-0 after having an awesome comeback win against the Phils last night, but I've heard a lot of people talk about, my dad complained about it this morning. You bring in a middle relief, he pitches 2 batters, and then you're like, okay, now we're going to switch it, even though you've done a great job, because we know this guy sucks against right-handers, so we're going to bring him in and let him give up 4 runs in an inning. But we're going to let him in after the first, the second. We're not going to, change him, even though, we brought him in the... What the hell? I wanted to sweep the Phils. That's really what it is. I'm happy we got a win. I'll take 1 win. If we lose even tomorrow, whatever, we win. Philly fans are obnoxious. What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing tonight? Ricky Pearsall is out for the season, which now it makes sense why Deebo Samuel got signed for, $7 or $9 million the other day. And I had heard Ricky Pearsall, they were talking about him a few days ago, and I had been reading about him, because it's funny, I plugged in to ChatGPT my current roster on my slow draft and who's available, and just saw who they thought I should take. And I ended up going with Ricky Pearsall. That's not who they recommended. Should have listened to him. But I did read some reports that said they're a little concerned about his knee. That if they're concerned about his knee at this point, and then they signed Deebo, I guess the writing was on the wall. But there we go. There's a quarterback, Seth Hennigan. I think Trevor Lawrence is gonna have a great season, so hope we don't see him this year, but who knows? Numbered out of 499 too. Let me get through the pack here. Puka, Emmett Smith, Delaney Walker, a Bo Nix, Hyper, a Chain, Deion Walker, Tootin. Flying up, Jaguars players in general. This is a great take I heard today. 5 days into the first preseason. Oh, the Hall of Fame game. Who plays in that this year? Is it really 5 days? That's wild. So Parker Washington, wide receiver 3 for the Jags, shooting up draft boards. There was a joke that he'll be in the first round by the end of the season the way he's moving up. But also Bashal Tutin, when your coach says, "Oh, he's who did he compare him to?" But he's lightning fast, this and that. It's like, dude, they're gonna definitely move these guys up. This coach speak and how it's just the same sound bit played on every social media page, every talk show. So it's like, of course, we're all on the same page with that. But anyhow, I heard a cool take on that today. Like, all these Jaguar players moving up, the guy I want from that team because of that is Trevor Lawrence. So, hey, I said it the other day, maybe a buy low right now preseason on some of his cards. Cardinals, Panthers. Dude, I get excited for preseason football, but I don't even know if I want to watch that. Plus, nobody plays in the preseason games hardly at all anymore. It's bad, especially when you're at your full roster. Joe Alt, Jalen Johnson, but it would be cool to see it on. Is that the Hall of Fame induction and stuff, right? They do that all. Myles Garrett, Boomer, Cam Scatabo, Refractor, Fortune, Will Anderson, Cameron Jordan, Brian O'Neill, Brian Robertson, Jackson Hawes. Nice Cam Scatabo there. We are giving away fantasy spot too. Maybe Superflex Dynasty trade today. Yeah, they hardly play at any of the games now. Josh Allen. I mean, I hope you got Allen and Jennings in that. And I love Nico. I like Nico, but I worry about the team there. And I'm assuming 4-point passing touchdowns, 6-point rushing, which is why, dude, I looked at salary cap. So I'm getting ready for my salary cap dynasty, and we'll keep her really. And like on a $200 budget on 4-point passing, 6-point rushing, Josh Allen was $31. The next cheapest quarterback is $15. You don't see that discrepancy. But who'd you get? Did you get the? I think it's a fair trade. Knicks has a ton of upside. If it's dynasty, that means you have Knicks. You're gonna have Knicks forever if you want. If there's no penalties or anything, there he is, Josh. That answered your question, and a Kyler Murray. But I could see that if Nico can get healthy and the Texans can get right. And who knows, does he continue to play there in Houston? Michael Wilson, Jamison Williams, Chris Godwin. There's rumors that Baker got offered $50 million a year on 2 years, but he turned it down because he wanted a long-term contract, which, I can see it. It's probably his last long-term if he gets one. You have Drake May. So you got the Bo Nix then. There's an Ashton Genty. I like RJ Harvey this year. Ashton Genty with the Ray Wave parallel there. That's sweet. Raiders going out to Matt McGinn. What up, Matt? How was your dinner? Zach Charbonnet. Zach Ertz. Kevin Winston Jr. with the Pigskin parallel. Well, guys, thanks for being patient with us, Phil. I worked kayaks all day today, and then it's my sister's birthday, so we had a little get-together over at her place. I got Manor with the Refractor rookie. So I was that's why I wasn't pushing it. I was talking to, who was I? JJ, I think. No, it was, I want to see who it was. I think it was Jose. And I was like, listen, if I was at home and doing this, I'd push it, but I can't do it right away anyhow. Quinn Ewers with the Ray Wave Miami Dolphins rookie. They did projections. Some site did projections on win-loss record for teams that I was reading, and they had the Miami Dolphins, I shit you not, at 1 win this season. What a turnaround. I mean, battling it out against the Bills in the playoffs just a couple years ago, fighting for a spot 2 years ago where the Bills knocked them out. I think it was 2 years ago. Then, like, not having a great season. Like, just how quick it turned around. There was so much hope there. And it does feel like that hope is really... I mean, this can happen to anyone. Bills aren't immune. Josh Allen goes down. We're looking rough. Caleb Williams, future stars, and a Will Anderson, red, white, and blue. So how many leagues are you in, Dave? And are you trying to win a spot in ours? And I'll ask this, and anyone can tell me. Does anyone have like a type of league they love to do? You guys know from me, it's salary cap. Jared Verse, now Brown. Keenan Allen. Dalton Schultz. You guys are quiet in here tonight. It's not that late. It's only 10:30. Grant Delpit. Brees Hall, Ray Wave. Cool looking card at least. They traded her. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Well, they paid. I was looking up because I was talking about this Baker thing with my dad and how they wouldn't give him a long-term contract. There's a nice one. Pigskin parallel Abdul Carter for the Giants going out to Dave Kramer. Cool card. And I was like, let's look at contracts. And I was like, this person got paid $48 million a year and is no longer with the team that gave him the contract. And I was just pulling up contracts of guys like Tua and Kyler who got the bag. And then they got paid and then re-signed somewhere else anyhow because they got cut. But Baker, they can't get money to. But yeah, Miami I think they're eating $93 million in dead cap. I think that's what I heard, something like that. I could be way off on that, but I think that's what I read. You're in a lot of leagues. What's your favorite platform to play fantasy on? I mean, obviously daily fantasy. It's pretty much like DraftKings or FanDuel. There's a lot of other ones, I guess, little ones out now. My favorite, Dave. Do you ever play underdog leagues? That's what I'm doing right now. You draft now. It's a best ball. Once you draft, it's done for the season. Just takes your best scores. But I like drafting early for that. It gets me kind of accustomed to the ADP with all players. Gets me more familiar with different drafting spots. Who I can maybe expect to get. Because I have a few of those live coming up. Will Howard. Tez Johnson. But we use Yahoo. Yeah, it's the dead cap. Ooh, here we go. How about a Terry McLaurin with the emoji? Yeah, it's dead cap. They paid him. I think I forget how much he left with in hand. Yeah, but they spent a lot in that dead cap with Tua. Terry McLaurin. The Ricky Pearsall thing sucks, man. He was hurt, got shot while he was hurt, got healthy, came and played, a couple games, got hurt, and now he's out for the season. Didn't even get to play a preseason game. Sucks. These young players. TJ Watt light it up. McCaffrey, not touching him this year. Not at his ADP. Aiden Hutchinson for the Detroit Lions going out to Fred Bell. That's the spirit, Dave. I like it. Well, like I said, we're going to do one with every football break that I do. However many we fill is what we fill. Yeah, and I like Yahoo because even if you can't make the draft, we try to be flexible with it, even if you can't make it, though. There's a Ty Felton and a Carson Schweizinger. Yahoo makes it super easy. In my opinion, it is the most user-friendly platform. There are things I don't like about it, but overall, just for ease of use, I think it's the best. Customizing, like basic customizations. But anyhow, Yeah, you can preset your rankings pretty easy. Travion Henderson. But yeah, I love Yahoo Redraft. Do you do any auctions, Dave? I know that not cutthroat, what are they called? Guillotine leagues are like the really auction leagues, and then which can also be guillotine leagues. Guillotine can also be auction leagues, but guillotine leagues and auction leagues, two different climbing, trending styles of football, fantasy football. The time of like non-PPR has gone away. There's very few non-PPR, even if they're half PPR, they're pretty much common standard scoring now. And then people all want to switch it up some way, you know. Superflex. There's a Malik Neighbors. He's starting to look more consistently healthy. 15-year plus league is auction. It was always auction over the last 15 years. Do you draft online or live on that? I'm in a live in-person auction, and I'm in 2 dynasty auction leagues that they do online. But the live in-person auction is wild. It takes so much time. And it's such a cheap league. I've said before, I was like, I just raise the entry. It's like a lot of time to put into this. But it is a lot of fun to draft. It's one of my favorite leagues to draft in. Any live draft is awesome. Jaden Reed. Ashton Davis. Oh, Brian Burns out of 50. Really cool card there. That's the gold pigskin out of 50. Maybe yellow. Another one for Dave. We go with the Abdul Carter and the Scatabo. Maybe we'll get a dart in here. You switched to live 5 years ago, but you've been doing auction that whole time, even if it was online. Dude, auction 15 years ago is very progressive. Puka and Jalen Walker. I feel like if you were doing an auction 15 years ago, you were quite a bit ahead of the curve. Trevon Diggs. I guess I was in one. Yeah. I guess time just moves fast. 2009, I was in one, the same one I'm in now. Wow. That's wild. It's crazy work. I got out of it for a little, but it's the same league. I got out and did like when I was starting to work and stuff. I was like, I just can't commit this time to it when I started teaching. There he is, Debo, going to be the number one guy in San Fran, right? Gee, sign Ayuk. Think you're going to have a dude. You overpay him. He goes batshit crazy. This one is not as good as yesterday's break. I got to step it up for tomorrow's break. Switched from a snake to an auction 5 years ago. That's cool, though. Leagues that refuse to change or adapt, they get stagnant. They lose people. It's hard to fill spots. There's a waiting list to get in to the one week. Like, people are like, if there's a spot that opens up, remember me. That auction when we run. Chris was in it for a little bit. Emeka Egbuka. And you do it live. I'm sure that's such a good time. Do you do it at someone's house, Dave? Do you guys rent out a place, or do you go to like a B-dubs? There's a nice Jahmyr Gibbs chain reaction. Keeping him for $50. I drafted him for $45 last year. He's going for about 61 to 63 range in $200 salary cap auctions. Caleb Johnson. Jackson Hawes for the Bills. Who got the Bills? Michael Thompson. We're going to have so much more football to talk about. Honestly, I just wanted to get some football breaks on here and get some spots going so that we can fill more than just one league. But we'll have tons of football to be talking about soon. Trevor Etienne. Sorry there. Jahmyr Gibbs. G.I. Campbell. Matthew Golden. I've been drafting him more than I thought I would, but it's just because his ADP is so low, in my opinion. It's such a low risk, high ceiling. Oh, that's honestly... So what I like about the live auction, Dave, is it just is... We don't have an auctioneer or anything like that. You sit at a table. Everyone's around a circle. Whoever draws that name, they get to bid first. So, and it's not nomination. Most auctions are nomination, especially online. This, they take the top 200 players, I think it is. You pull one. It could be Travis Hunter, which is actually a funny story about this league with Hunter last year. It could be Travis Hunter as the first name. And then you just go around the table. He goes, I start at $3. If everyone keeps your little pen in the air, if you bid and you are the highest bidder, you keep your pen up in the air. If you're out, you put it down. It starts out pretty nice, and everyone's focused and paying attention. About an hour and a half in, it starts to fall off the rails. We try to keep it together. But Travis Hunter last year, after he gets drafted late, like people kind of forgot. He was in the Bulls, so there was no nomination. So he finally gets pulled late. And he goes for a couple bucks. And it also includes defensive players. I should tell you that. Someone's like, so wait, do you get his offense and defensive points? And the commissioner's like, yeah, I mean, you get both. I'm like, yeah, but if you start him at defense, you get defense. If you start him at offense, you get the offense. No, you'll get, if he plays defense and scores 2 receiving touchdowns. I'm like, wait, what? It was like a cheat code. Luckily, he wasn't that great last year. Because that dude got him for like $3. You golfed before? What an amazing day. Do you drink while you golf? I don't know, maybe you're not a drinker, but like, do guys drink when they golf and then go into the draft drunk and keep drinking? Because I can't imagine how bad some of those teams would be. It's tough, Chris. Even after I've done so many. Some auctions you feel like, oh man, I feel like I got... Auctions you can go off the rails really quickly, and here's why. You have a player set in mind, you set a budget, even if you're really restrictive, all right. And as it goes on, you're like, all right, this guy, I have like $28. I don't want to spend more than 28 because I need this much money for these guys I'm still targeting. And you get into a bidding war, and I'll just go 29, 30. And then you're committed. It's like eBay auctions or whatnot auctions or whatever. Like, you start to get FOMO, and it's wild, man. Here we go. What do we got? Just Legs Fields. Always knows how to hit a linebacker in stride. I still like him. Out of 199, cross-training rookie Justin Fields, Chicago Bears. Going to a Bears fan, Matt McGinn. And a Christian McCaffrey out of 49 going back to Carolina. Saquon Barkley, star-studded. Micah Parsons, draft class rookie. Oh, and a Jamar Chase rookie here for the Bengals. Going out to Cody. Man, that'd be crazy work. If you golf before, drink, go into your live auction. But I was going to say, I have done auctions where it's online, but I get together with a few guys and we're kind of like doing it together. You don't. I love that about it, David. You can go in with a perfect plan, multiple variables within your plan, and your plans can go to shit before you even nominate your first player. So like, you're like, I'm leaving with Gibbs. I don't care if he costs me $70. And then someone goes to $78, even though there's no reason one player should ever go with it. I've seen it happen. I was guilty of it 1 year with Saquon. I think I paid just... And if you're like... If you're in a league that long, and Dave, I'm sure you can kind of, connect with this a little bit. There are certain guys you just can't lose to in those auction leagues. So you're like, I'm not letting him get him. So pride will kill your plan real quick. That's one thing. 32 out of 99, Buda Baker. Matthew Stafford. Michael Carter. Yeah, that's what makes auctions so challenging and fun though. It's like it just doesn't matter how much you research. It doesn't matter how many years you've done it. If you can't adapt on the fly with your plan and just kind of really like quick deviate from it. It's going to be an autograph. Christian Barmore out of 249. New England Patriots going out to J.J. Elizondo. We got Larry Roundtree and a Zach Wilson Stellar Rookies. Insert prism there. This one's going to be Larry Roundtree, the third out of 35. Low numbers. Rookies and stars underrated with their numbered cards. Goes for $99 or more. How much is your budget? There's no way you have a $200 budget. It's got to be like $300 or something. Even then, 35% of your budget for a player is wild work. But that's what Gibbs is going for. Literally a third of your budget if you want him this year. Should have another auto, another mem. So you're telling me you're in Minnesota, right? You have to be. That's like people who draft Cowboys fans. We have one who drafts like Dak Prescott in the second round, or like Jalen Hurts, the Eagles fan around here. I'm like, I feel like you have to be an idiot to spend that much of your budget on one player. Trey Lance out of 75 on that. Will he ever get a shot? Still in is he still in Los Angeles? So Tom Brady, touchdown club. Speaking of Dak. And it's going to be out of 75. Travis Etienne Jr. It does go to the Jags. This is rookie card. Fred Bell. Yeah, it's got to be homers. And has anyone that ever drafted him and spent that kind of money won that? Like, even in his best year, I don't think that's enough to carry you unless you play the waiver wire so well. Do you do fab? Do you do your free agency budget for your pickups, or you just do like a certain order, waiver order? Let's see if we can pull 101 here yet. It's going to be a CeeDee Lamb swatch and a Koopa Cup out of 99, 8 out of 99. CeeDee Lamb patch out of 199. Dalvin Cook. Davis Mills. Jalen Darden, remember him. Auction for waivers as well. Yep. I like that. The fab budget, the fab free agency budget is my favorite way to do that. Although there's something to be said about in your snake drafts where it's like, hey, I haven't picked up, I moved up first, and you just wait and wait till they get that right guy. You can do it with your budget though too. It's just harder sometimes to manage. Listen, we're all in the cards. We're not fiscally responsible. Amir Smith-Marset out of 49, 45 out of 49. And a Justin Fields numbered out of 149. Man, not my favorite box of it ever, but not as good as our 2 case hits and 3 nasty autos the other day. That was a hell of a retail mix. We will do something different tomorrow. I'll pick it up for our Fantasy Spot 3. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to do a full recap, and then we are going to give that fantasy spot out. So a bunch of sleeved up stuff here. Everything goes, including base. But we'll go through the top load of non-hits. ETN Blue, Emeka Egbuka, Travion Henderson. We had the rocket chip emoji, Terry McLaurin. Larry Roundtree out of 35. Christian McCaffrey out of 49. Buda Baker out of 99. Amir Smith-Marset out of 49. Justin Fields out of 149. Cooper Kupp out of 99. And a Trey Lance out of 75. We also had some... I don't know why I put this up here. Dummy. Tyler Shuck, Optic rated rookie hollow. Quinn Ewers, the Ray Wave. Ashton Genty Ray Wave. A Jackson Haas blue. That's what I said. I don't know why I put that. Habit for the love of the Bills. Scatabo. Brian Burns out of 50 and an Abdul Carter with the pigskin parallel. We had some patch cards here. CeeDee Lamb numbered out of 199. Justin Fields out of 199 rookie. Travis Hunter, freshman, first year fresh. And Aiden Hutchinson, Donruss threads. And we had 3 autos here. We had all numbered. Seth Hennigan out of 499 for the Jags. Christian Barmore out of 249 for the Pats. And Travis Etienne for the Jags, 8 out of 75. What's it say? Rig the wheel for Latte. I don't even know if I'm saying your last name right. Lada? Lada? All right, here we go. The wheel is up, and here she goes. Robert McCurdy won the first spot. This one is going to go out to the Baltimore Ravens, which is Michael Thompson, number 1. Dave, you're going to have to try again, my man. Mike Thompson, number 1. All right, guys, that's all she wrote tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to step it up. We might do a larger break, but with more fantasy spots, so I can get some bigger product in it. I'm really working hard to get Resurgence. I can't get any yet. I've been all over looking for it. No hobby, no retail. Nobody's getting it, so they don't have it to sell. If they do get it, it's usually from another shop, so they have to upcharge that. It's wild times out there, man. Wild times out there for trying to get product. It's just nuts. You can buy it online, but you got to pay full for it, like even above that. It just... We'll be back tomorrow. I'll figure out something fun. Bye.